Hello YouTube, Red Omai here with an update on the knife that we had in our electrolysis tank. Well, I've got some bad news. The knife, it's not going to come any cleaner. Obviously it is a foreign made knife and it's plated steel over some sort of iron or whatever type of metal they use. Pretty junky metal. Most of the plating's off of it. I'm going to show it to you here. The blade started to deteriorate, but I just took this out of the E-tank, so I don't know if you guys can see this. The plating is still here, which is, in my opinion, not the best way to make a knife. I mean, solid steel. It wasn't a very good metal to begin with, so this must have been a cheapo or something. I have yet to research it. The electrolysis tank even took the name Leopard out of it and the picture of the leopard on the opposite side. I'm betting it was a nice knife back when it was new. You know, probably something you'd win at a carnival during the ring toss or whatever that is. But you can see this rust came from the inside of the metal and destroyed the plating as it was underwater. Much like some of the older vehicles who had steel lug nuts on the wheels and those aluminum plates over top. As they would rust, they would swell up and then you could no longer get your wrench on them, and then you had to get a special tool and pound it on there and take them off. It was a big nightmare, and I'm guessing the same principle applies to this. Although I did see some letters on here that says ESS and TAN. Not Taiwan, but TAN. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if this camera's going to focus. But if it does and y'all know what that says, you can feel free to drop that in the comments. But honestly, this rust, it came from within, and the blade is starting to disintegrate. I don't know if you can see along the edge. It's really rough, and it's still packed with all kind of rust. I can't even get it to move. I'm sure the spring inside is no good. It's still jammed solid. Not so much in the center, but it's pretty bad, and we've actually tried soaking this in CLR. That's actually what did the most damage to the knife, to the blade here. Then we tried our electrolysis tank, which you've seen the previous video of us setting it up. But anywho, this knife, there's pretty much no hope to actually restore it. Unless I chisel it all apart and reuse the handle and put a new blade in it, which that's probably going to be more trouble than what it's worth. It's cheaper just to buy a new $5 knife or whatever. I don't know. Maybe some of you can research what this thing's worth. But I think I'm going to keep it just as a trophy or a souvenir of my magnet fishing finds. We'll just keep it in a separate bucket or whatever, and maybe after a while of us magnet fishing, we'll go over all of the cool finds that I found, if any. So, anywho, that's basically it for this knife. I don't think it's, you know, I don't think we can get that rust out of there because it's coming from within the center of the metal, working its way out. All this scale rust, it's just flaking apart. Blade's getting thinner and thinner, and it's going to break. It's getting kind of flimsy, and I don't want to break it off. I'd like just to keep it the way it is, so I can say, hey, look what I found, you know. But other than that, there's really not much we can do with this. So I'm going to set it down gently here. So if you guys have any suggestions other than CLR or the electrolysis tank, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear how you guys have restored some metals and stuff. I don't even know what kind of cheap metal this is. It looks like cheap steel, not a very good steel. And I don't even know where this was made. I think someone told me that it was a Japanese made knife, and their steel grade is just not as good as US steel. And I'm not knocking them. I mean, they have some pretty nice stuff. I'm just saying that the quality of the steel, as far as the grade of it goes, it's not as good as the US, because you know we make our 440 stainless and you know, our 420J, so we make some pretty good knives. But this one, I think it's a goner, and there's absolutely no hope for that blade. Now, the handle, I probably could take a light plastic bristle brush and clean that up some. But I don't know if I'm going to waste my time, because trying to get that apart to put a new blade in it, I just don't think it's going to happen. So I'm sorry, guys. I really wished I could have done better as far as restoring this, and I'm a little disappointed with it, because I have restored a couple other knives by this process. Unfortunately, they weren't on video, but hopefully we'll find another knife similar that hasn't been down underwater for as long of a period of time as this one is, because this one's beyond the point of repair. So anywho, I'm going to stop this here, and I thank you all for watching. And if you like the video and enjoy my videos, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let your friends know, and we'll be sure to upload some more cool videos pretty soon. So take care, have a wonderful day, and peace.